guys, I don't know if you've heard, but on the 17th, we had a new economy announcement. Many of us were looking forward to it, much anticipation, hoping there would be a ton of really cool announcements that would possibly help out the economy for either constructed, limited, or dare say both types of players. And what we got was not quite what we were hoping for. But in this video, we're going to go ahead and break them down and see if there's actually any good news coming up for the MTGArena economy. First, let's go ahead and talk about one of the bigger ticket items the community is always asking Wizards for, and that's the ability to exchange wildcards. Rare wildcards seem to be harder to keep in stock as opposed to mythics, and we also end up getting a ton of common and uncommons that are just not necessary. So we're hoping to get some sort of exchange rate where similar to, let's say, a fair, if you win 5 small stuffed animals, you can upgrade to a bigger one, and so on and so forth. But as you guys can see here, we do have, this was addressed in the announcement from the 17th, which I'll post a link down below for you. It says that there is currently no plans to support this in any meaningful way. So those extra commons and uncommons, you guys can feel free to go ahead and dump those into the new sets to help your vault value, give you higher rarity. I have another video on that about exchanging your common and uncommon wildcards for vault progress, which is a pretty nifty way to sort of min-max your account value. But yeah, unfortunately, it looks like, you know, helping us with what we have extras of is just, you know, not really something Wizards has any interest in doing. Next, we're going to go ahead and talk about the wildcard bundle that Wizards is going to be offering. Games like Legends of Runeterra allow you to just purchase wildcards as is. You can actually buy a tier 1 Runeterra deck for around $20, and that's roughly the equivalent of a 1.5 mythics on Arena. Heaven forbid you need a new mana base if you're a new player, but now maybe our problems are solved. We're going to be able to purchase wildcards directly from the store without needing to purchase packs. Is this going to be a good thing? Let's go ahead and take a look. While the announcement states you're currently able to purchase wildcards through buying packs, we're aware that that feels inefficient. With the release of Streets of New Capenna, you'll be able to purchase wildcard bundles. This is for $49.99 USD and contains 12 rare and 4 mythic wildcards. And they claim that this is a simpler way for you guys to get those wildcards to finish out your collection or decks that you've started. Oh boy. Well, we're going to do some math on this, and I actually went ahead and opened up a ton of packs to check what the rate is, and we'll go over those in just a sec. But before we do, I want to go ahead and give you a little bit of a spoiler alert. I don't think it's worth it. This seems like a bad deal. And that feeling of bad deal is just over the top once I see their next point in this announcement. And that point is as follows. As with many new features and products, this bundle will start out as a limited time offer for our only 6 weeks. After that period, we will evaluate engagement and go from there. So you were saying if this is a bad deal and no one buys it, you will then reassess and possibly lower the price. Oh boy. Or if it's over the moon and has great traction, then you're gonna increase the price. So the fact that they're not willing to stand by this product in any meaningful way is a big red flag for me. So getting to those numbers, I looked around on Twitter and I saw a lot of content creators saying that $49.99 equaled 46 packs. And a few people talked about the amount of wildcards you could get in that. I actually think we should err on the side of a little higher, and we should count the $49.99 as 50 packs. And here's why. Because you actually get an 800 bonus gem if you purchase in larger increments. So we're going to give Wizards of the Coast the best case scenario for our money, and we're going to say that you don't just have $49.99 to spend, but you actually have $100 to spend on Arena to give you the most value you can out of your $50 increments. For the sake of our math, we're going to go ahead and say that each bundle is worth 50 packs equivalent, or the wildcard bundle. All right, so now we went over why we have 50 packs per opening. I went ahead and opened 250 packs, giving us 5 increments to see how many wildcards we actually got. Let's go ahead and open those up, and you guys can see round 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 all totaled up with a nice average. You get 3.8 mythics per 50 packs that you open. This includes the wheel. When you open a pack, you get one of the little pip wheels that count on the top right of your pack collection. So those are included in this in addition to the ones that you're opening. So 3.8 is not a ton, but it's only 0.2 less than what the bundle would offer. The slightly bigger difference is instead of 14 rares, you're only getting 8.8 rares. And again, that is the average. So it includes the wheel pips. I do feel like it was a little bit low on average, but you can see between all 5 rounds, it was pretty consistent, all being 9 rare wildcards except for the 1. So we're a little less than 6 rare wildcards under the amount that you would get from the bundle, and only 0.2 mythic under what you would get from the bundle. So it's a little bit less. But there are some other things to consider, like common and uncommon wildcards, which I didn't label them very well, but they are in rarity order there, from mythic at the top going down to uncommons. In case you guys are thinking my math might be wrong because you think that the uncommons should be lower, that's not the case because the pip wheel for opening packs actually offers uncommons but not common wildcards. So you're always going to have more uncommons than you will common. And the last number I wanted to talk about, which again, I didn't label because I'm bad at my job, is your vault progress. The last one here, round 5, is a little bit less than the others because I ran out of packs. So I started opening like 5 from here, 5 from here, and 5 from here from different sets that I've drafted over the time. I just don't open them. So my set completion for some of those sets was a little bit lower on average. So this is almost 50% of a vault value per pack of 50. So for each vault that you open, you're getting 2 mythic wildcards, 3 rare wilds, and 2 uncommons, I believe. So you're getting a decent amount of value, so you can consider you are getting a portion of those every single time you crack 50 packs. So while we are a little bit under the amount you get for the wildcard bonus in the mythic and rare category, I would argue that the uncommon, common, and vault value just about makes up for it. But what you don't get in the actual wildcard bundle is these 42 extra rares. And because you can buy cards of any set, it would make sense that you would buy cards from the set you needed the cards from the most. And 50 packs, I think you would be reasonably likely to open a lot of the cards that you actually needed to craft in the first place. The only time this would be not true is if you needed to buy something that was very exclusive, like a Jumpstart or possibly one of those fancy 25 archive set things that come out from time to time. Missing out on 40 plus rares every single time you buy this is going to be a huge difference. And that is 100% why I think this is a awful idea. Now, someone at Wizards might say, well, you know, we're charging a little extra for the convenience. I would argue that, you know, clicking open 10 5 times is not very inconvenient, and definitely not something I'm really willing to throw 40 plus packs in the trash for. Honestly, at the end of the day, it felt like someone did this exact same math that I did, saw that you get 4 rares, mythic wildcards, and 8 rare wilds, and was like, okay, for $50, that's what you get, slap the price on it, and just kind of forgot about all the other stuff that you get while opening those packs, like the rare cards, like the common and uncommon wildcards, and even the vault progress, which does add up over time. I've had my vault value up to over 3,000%, and then when I get viewer deck lists that are submitted for formats I don't really play, like Brawl or Historic, it's super easy to cash those in and get a ton of extra wilds. All in all, I hope that you guys can see that this math shows this is an awful idea. Again, even if you are just looking for wildcards for exclusive set cards that you cannot purchase, I highly recommend that you guys do not purchase wildcards in this way because it is bad for the economy. And with that little tagline that they put in the beginning of their introduction to this economy announcement, in that they're going to offer it for 6 weeks and we'll see how it goes. Let's show them that we are smart enough to not purchase these wildcards at a massive disadvantage. This economy is already jacked up enough as it is. The last thing we need to do is incentivize them to do this kind of nonsense. I will be perfectly honest with you. When we heard about the economy announcement, you know, I'm a part of Magic Mike's, and I've talked to a lot of my viewers and other content creators, and they were so hopeful that we were going to get dusting for the 17,000 copies of reprints that no other TCG online game has, or that we were going to get wildcard trading. And I was like, oh, you guys are so cute and doe-eyed and dreamy. That seems outrageous. Wizards is never going to give us that. They're going to give us, like, you know, an extra 100 gold or something for a quest, or, you know, something more small. But this is actually the opposite direction. This is far more damaging to the economy than anything else. Anyway, I don't want to rant too much. This is something, probably the thing I've been the most fired up about in a while. So leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think of the economy. I would love to hear it. Let me know what you guys think of this new wildcard bundle, and let me know if I should make a part 2 of this once we get more information as we get it. I love you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. I'd like to give a special thank you to those of you who have signed up for our Patreon. I couldn't make this content without you. Also to Cool Stuff Inc. and KMC Sleeves for supporting the channel as well. Definitely check them out and use our discount codes to support the channel.